Hello everyone and welcome to the inaugural tournament of Ninjas of Halo. Today 10 competitors will take on a brutal 4-stage obstacle course. Let's find out if any of them can beat it. Hello everyone and welcome to another tournament of Ninjas of Halo. Today is a very special day as it is the 10th anniversary of the course, and today we will watch 35 competitors take it on. I am your host, SonicFan10193. It is great to have you, and today, like I said, 35 competitors will take on a very brutal 4-stage obstacle course. In the last tournament, a lot of people struggled with this stage, and only 3 were able to beat stage 1. Thus, this course has been made slightly easier. However, it is still no easy test. Will anyone be able to succeed? Let's head on down to the first stage, where the fun is about to begin. And kicking off this landmark 10th tournament's first stage, we have the one and only quintuple steps, which have not been changed from the last tournament. Just jump across the 5 steps and dismount. Then is the butterfly wall, which has been nerfed. The bar has been dropped down 2 feet to be easier. And we have the code insider, which has not been changed from last tournament. Then it is the bounce boulder, which has been returned from tournament 6 through 8, and now is a drop to be much scarier. We have the half-pipe attack, which is unchanged, as well as the great wall, a very classic combination at this point for these two. Then we have the flying shoot, the obstacle that took out over 10 people last tournament. It has been nerfed, but is still quite difficult. Then we have the hot streak, which is the new obstacle. Move across these 4 bars, but they drop. And then it finishes off with a vine to victory, a climb to the finish, and if any of our competitors can beat this stage in 90 seconds, they're going to stage 2. Alright, well there is no time to waste, folks. The 10th celebration of Ninjas of Halo is here, and kicking off this very special tournament, we have Lord of Ooh, a competitor who has some deep history with Halo jumping. He was one of the first, I believe, in Spartan Sasuke in the inaugural tournament of that. Let's see how he can do in Ninjas of Halo. So he's going on to the quintuple steps now. Let's see, I'm excited to see how he can do. He's taking these steps one at a time, which is a very fair strategy. He's going to be the first to take on the butterfly wall today. This was a tough obstacle for newcomers, but he's got it, and he's going to take on the curtain slider now. And oh, he faces it. That's a new strategy, but he makes it work, and now he's going to take on the bounce boulder. Going to be the first person to try this out, and now I believe that's an 8-foot drop though, so you have to be very careful. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the water very fast. He's taking this ball slow, and that's a perfect drop, and Lord of Ooh is onto the half-pipe attack. Let's see, how will he do this? He is going for the jump, and oh, he came up short! Unfortunate for Lord of Ooh, but he's out on the half-pipe attack. A good run for a number 1. Next up, we have Panicky Pepper. who is pretty much just a rando. He just came in through a custom browser. But hopefully, maybe, who knows, maybe he'll surprise us. And okay, he's going to go straight into the quintuple steps. Let's see, Panicky Pepper. He's moving through these steps nicely. Gets a save jump, and he slipped off. Well, unfortunate. He's moving on. We have It's Foamy making his third appearance on the course, doffing number 3 because his last 2 tournaments have been nothing too special. Failed the second obstacle both times, but hopefully today he can improve that. He's moving through these quintuple steps one at a time, just like Lord of Vu and Panicky Pepper did, which is just fine, and he's got it into the butterfly wall. He failed this last tournament. Let's see if Foamy can do something here, and no, he came up short. He ended up too high on the butterfly wall, and that's it for him. Next up, we have Snappish Gun, another newcomer on the course, smashing the, snapping the, the fusion coils, and okay, he's going straight for the quintuple steps. This is oh, nope, that is not how you do the quintuple steps, and he's out early. Unfortunate. Next up, we have an old face. We have Demigods. This is his second appearance on the course. He made his debut in Tournament 2 and then was never seen again. Hopefully Demi can pull something special here for his grand return. They hold 8 tournaments away, not to give you something to improve on. In Tournament 2, he failed the pole maze, which was the second obstacle. And, okay, well, it looks like we're going to have a bit of lag, but overall, should be fine. Let's see here, Demigod's going into the butterfly wall, and he has got it! Nicely done. He was struggling with that in practice, and he's going to take a minute to celebrate there. He's onto the curtain slider. Let's see here. Oh, he's going to try one of his trap, but he doesn't get a good save jump. And that's it for Demigods. Unfortunate there. And next up... Oh, no. Oh, boy. Next up, we have Tails Sucks. Who let this guy on this? I swear to God. Why is he back? No one... Oh, my God. This guy has a lot of respect for the course. That's a joke. He has no respect, as you can see. He's brought the sniper, which is a complete joke, just like this guy. Oh, okay. Well, that's something you can do. But like I was saying, this guy's a complete joke. He takes this course not seriously whatsoever. Surprised he hasn't done more 180s yet. And yep, there they go. Well, it's not a landmark tournament if you don't have interesting people, and look at that, that's just oh my God, and he's out on the curtain slider. Please never let this man back again. Moving on to someone who actually wants to take this course seriously, we have Creeper Boy 8334. This guy is a friend of Jake's who has been mentoring him. We'll see Jake later on, but let's see how Creeper Boy can do. This is his first jumping tournament, so hopefully he can pull through in style. He's going to take these steps quite slowly. Really taking his time here, but that is fine. He did just start jumping, so I don't blame him. And he comes up short on the quintuple steps. That's an unfortunate start to his career, but hopefully it'll turn around. As next up, we have Robotic Pie, another person who Jake's been mentoring, along with Tricky Cyrus. We'll see both of them later on, like I said, but now it's Robotic Pie's turn. He's also been getting training, so hopefully things can fare out better for him than it did for Creeper Boy. Double the mentoring should mean double the results, right? As he is moving through these quintuple steps faster than Creeper Boy did. Robotic Pie has done some jumping before. He did Irish Warrior a few times. I think he did Spartan Ninja Warrior as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he beats the butterfly wall! Nicely done there. That was a wide angle, and he's into the curtain slider. And almost overshot it, but getting miracle after miracle here, and he's into the bounce boulder. Let's see if Robotic Pie can do it. He didn't get this far in practice, so maybe he can pull it off. Let's see what his strategy is going to be here. Just a second to try this today. He goes for a wrangle, and no, the ball gets away from him. And he's out on the bounce boulder. That's unfortunate for Robotic Pie. Just moving on, we have Super Ninja Jake 2. He mentored the last 2 competitors, and he's making his second appearance. He has grown leaps and bounds since his debut in Tournament 9, where he wore number 1 in the run order. However, he only made it to the butterfly wall before failing. He has gained a lot of experience since then, though, so maybe he can improve from that. As he's going to kick off. He's going to go fast here. He's looking like a seasoned veteran already, and this is just his second appearance. Look at this. He's going for the butterfly wall. Nicely done. He's looking smooth from the start here. And nice work. He's going to take on the bounce boarder. You just watched Robotic Pie fail this. He's going to go for a crouching tag. Oh, the ball almost got away from him there. He's going to have to do 2 wrangles, but he gets it to work, and he's into the half pipe attack. We watch Lord of Vu fail here. No one's beat this yet, and he gets a clean save jump there. Gets a couple, and Super Ninja Jake is going to be the first to attempt the back half of this stage. The great wall now, and he's up it at 1. Jake has loads of time. He's moving through this. There's Cyrus in the background, and he gets the flying shoot. Just the first person to attempt it and beat it, and he's going to take on the hot streak. These bars drop as you go, so you have to be quick. And Ninja Jake has got it. He's going to take on the Vine to victory. He has enough time to clear if he's wanting to. Let's see if he can. He's going to take it slow on this Vine to victory. We've seen many people fail this thing in the past. He definitely doesn't want to be the first, or he doesn't in this tournament, and he's going to do the Hunter thing, and Super Ninja Jake 2 is going to be our first clear of the day, and that is a good start to the tournament as Super Ninja Jake, just on his second appearance, he beat the butterfly wall, which took him out previously in his debut, and beat the flying shoot on his first go, which was a disaster for many people in the last tournament. And Super Ninja Jake 2 making it through all the obstacles, and he is our first clear of Tournament 10. A good start. Well done, Ninja Jake. Well, it's not going to be easy to try and top that run, but next up we have Bubba Ace making his 3rd appearance on the course. I believe he unfortunately missed out last tournament. However, it is definitely great to see him back. He were number 1 in the run order in his debut in either Tournament 6, no, it was Tournament 7, my bad, Tournament 7, and then came back for Tournament 8 and failed the vehicle run. However, now he is back here. Moving on through. Bubba, known for his Roblox course, Ninja Warrior Roblox, conveniently named, which I believe is now Ninja Warrior Roblox Rising, I think. That sounds about right. Correct me if I'm wrong again, as he's going to take on the butterfly wall. Nicely done by Bubba. Going into the curtain slider, and oh no, he came up short. He just got a bad jump. I wasn't expecting that, and he's out early. Next up, oh right. Next up we have Cheese's sibling. Yep, this is Daddy Cheese's younger sister. I don't think she has ever touched an Xbox controller in her life. She is completely baffled just looking at the course. I don't think she is prepared for this at all. But let's see what she can do, and, okay, yeah, I should have expected that. It's Cheese's sibling. Moving on, we have Caden Bogard, also known as Pirate Caden, also known as Caden H21, also known as 85 different other things. Yeah, he changes his name a lot. Let's see if Caden can do well. He made his debut last tournament and failed the butterfly wall. Let's see, hopefully he can expand off that this tournament, though. He's into the quintuple steps. He's a member of the very famous Timmy Helmet Gang. He's going for the butterfly wall, and oh no, he overshot it! That's not something you see every day, and Caden's out on the butterfly wall. And next up, we have L Booker Taco. The L is very important, as Taco has quite a history in his first 3 tournaments on this course. He started off failing the final obstacle of Stage 1 2 times in a row, and then last tournament also got pretty deep into Stage 1, failing the flying shoot. He definitely has potential, but hopefully today he can capitalize on it. We've already seen Jake beat this first stage. Maybe he can too. He's going into the butterfly wall, nicely done. Take on the curtain slider. He's going to use the first one. You don't see that too often. He almost regretted it there. He's going quite fast, actually. The cameraman can't keep up. The cameraman should be fired. And he's going down. He's going to get a jump, and he almost let the ball get away from him there. I just realized he's actually using the bolt shot in his hand, which is interesting. But nonetheless, he sticks the bit on the half pipe attack, and he is into the great wall. Taco has never failed the front half of stage 1, and this is what he failed last tournament. He's going to jump into it, and Taco has got it. Nicely done by Booker Taco. He's he has loads of time as well. If he's thinking about clearing, he just needs to beat the obstacles. He shouldn't have to worry about time. And he is through the hot streak. He's on to the Vine to victory now. Come on, can he do it? He has 20 seconds. He has more than enough time, but he has quite a history with the final obstacle. He's moving up. Take your time, Taco. He just has one more jump that he needs to do. And Taco has got it, and L. Booker Taco is the second clear of this stage 1. Well done, Booker Taco. That was a very solid run all throughout, had very little issue. He has definitely had the potential for quite some time, just had to fit all the pieces together, especially after he's gotten so close in the past. But now he beat the flying chute that he failed last tournament and finally overcame the last obstacle curse that he's had. And he's going to stage 2 as well. Well done, Booker Taco. As next up, we have the one and the only, not the sibling this time, Daddy Cheese. Cheese has quite a history on this course. He's made it to stage 3 twice before. However, he's yet to beat the first stage in this era, so hopefully he can finally pull through and beat that first stage. We've seen two people do it already, so who knows, maybe he can be the third. Cheese is flying through a couple steps there. He got pretty far into stage 1 last tournament, failing the bungee bridge. And oh my god, that was really sketchy on the butterfly wall. But nonetheless, he is going through. There's someone in the crowd there. I think that's Chumpy. Well, obviously, we'll see him running last since he is the grand champion. And she is going very risky on the bounce boulder as he's into the half-pipe attack. Let's see here, and oh no! Cheese is out on the half-pipe attack! What went wrong there? I don't know what Cheese was thinking. He looked like he was going to just go straight for it, but ended up changing his mind mid-jump, and it cost him dearly, and he could not save it, and Cheese is out on the half-pipe attack. That's unfortunate. Just moving on, we have an old face making a grand return to the course. We have Spartan Walnut 71. You might not have known that he ran this course because the footage of it never existed. He ran in Tournament 1 and then ran in Tournament 3, and thus no recorded runs of him actually exist. However, he did not do all too great in those tournaments, and someone just got shot in the background. His personal best was the jumping spider of the third obstacle in the first tournament. He stuck the butterfly wall there. That's not hard to do. But nonetheless, he hopes to make a good comeback today. And he already beat his personal best. He's through the curtain slider. He's going to take on the bounce boulder now. Let's see here. There's someone there to cheer him on. I think, is that Joey perhaps? We'll see. And Spartan Walnut getting a good jump there on the bounce boulder. That is how you do it. And he's also going to take on the half pipe. He just watched Cheese fail here, and he goes straight forward, and he has it, going a bit slower than others. However, that is fine. He's going to be the third to take on the Great Wall, and he's up and in one into the flying chute now, and he's got it perfectly. And he has 30 seconds here. He has enough time. Just has to get through these two obstacles and probably a bit faster than usual. And he is through the hot streak into the Vine to victory now with 20 seconds. Come on. Let's see if he can do it. He's moving on up. Yeah, the klaxon's about to sound, but if he keeps up his pace, it shouldn't matter. Just has a few more jumps to go. Clock's nearing 5 seconds. He might want to pick up the pace just a tiny bit. And Spartan Walnut just 15 runs in, and we already have the same amount of clears as we did in all of last tournament stage 1. As Spartan Walnut came back with a crushing force, beating his personal best by a long shot, got through the half-pipe attack, which we watched Cheese go out on just a minute ago, and a very solid run from Spartan Walnut overall, and that's honestly really awesome to see. He came back from after a very long hiatus, and he is going to stage 2. Well done. And next up, we have another newcomer. This is Sunnyside Splash. Sunnyside has done quite some cool things in the community already. It's a new face and also a member of the Timmy Helmet Gang, which is quite awesome. I am a big fan of the Timmy Helmet Gang, as you would imagine. And yeah, he's going to get to make his grand debut now. He's through the quintuple steps. He's going to take on the butterfly wall here. He did quite well in Halo Ninja Warrior's most recent tournament, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong there. And he is through the curtain slider. Nicely done there. He's shooting at the bounce boulder. This looks like something he may be struggling with. Let's see here. The best the newcomer has done so far is the half pipe attack. But he has to get there first, and he's... Oh my god, that was close. It's not a DQ, but that was very close, and he's on to the half pipe. For a second, I thought he touched the support of the bounce boulder, but he's through the half pipe. Nicely done. He's going to be the first newcomer to try out this back half of the stage. And no, doesn't get up the Great Wall in one, but that is fine. This is a bit of a risky strategy, but he gets up it, and he's into the flying shoot now. Let's see. No one is struggling with this flying shoot so far, and he is also through it, and he has way less time than the others, but has enough to take on if he's thinking about... Oh my god, Jesus, Sunnyside. This is such a sketchy run, but he is into the vine to victory. Sunnyside could be the first newcomer since Tournament 7 to clear if he goes quick enough. And he does the Hunter thing, and Sunnyside splash. Would you look at that? We are at 4 clears already. He had a very close call on the bounce boulder. Had a very close call on a lot of things, actually. But Sunnyside Splash, the first newcomer since Tournament 7 of Swantron to beat Stage 1. A very, well done. That's very good. He almost overshot the hot streak there. A very close call all throughout. But Sunnyside Splash is the 4th clear of Stage 1. And moving on, we have a competitor who's been looking to get his first Stage 1 clear for some time. We have Alpha Puma making his landmark 5th appearance. Puma has done okay in different tournaments, and he made his debut in Tournament 5, I believe. No, sorry, Tournament 4, where he had a course out on the Great Wall. And since then, it's not gone all too well for him. But hopefully today can be the day. We've already seen it be that day for a number of people already. Quintuple steps. He's going to take on the butterfly wall. He did fail the second obstacle in Tournament 5, but he is doing just fine there. He's into the curtain slider now. Oh my gosh, okay, well that's definitely a strategy you can do. And he's into the bounce boulder now. Let's see. Yeah, there's an issue with tramp obstacles as they are considered gimmicks to him, and oh my god, look at how fast that ball was going. I am shocked that didn't get away from him. He's going into the half-pipe attack now, and nicely done. He's into the Great Wall. This is looking pretty good from Puma so far. Let's see. Oh, nope, that's not how you do the Great Wall. He struggled with this in the past, but he is up it in 2. Oh, hi, Hunter, as he's going into the flying shoot, and oh no, he wildly overshot that. What went wrong there? Oh my god, that went way too far. I mean, it is a tough obstacle. It's very precise timing, but he just overshot it. It's actually closer than I thought, but Puma is out on the flying shoot. Unfortunate for Puma. Next up, coming in at number 18, we have Fix the Wi-Fi, making his 2nd appearance on Stage 1. Let's see, last tournament he made his debut and failed the butterfly wall, like many others who debuted in Tournament 9, and some regulars who competed in Tournament 9. And he's going that was pretty quickly through the quintuple steps. Nicely done. Going for the butterfly wall, and he went too high. That's unfortunate for Fix the Wi-Fi, out for the 2nd time on the butterfly wall. And next up, we have Snoz, the ultimate Minecrafter pig thing. I think it's a pig. And oh, no, don't kill Snoz. Okay, we're good. Chumpy trying to kill our competitor before he can even get to the start line. Snoz competed in Tournament 4 and failed the Sonic Curve, ironically. However, hopefully he can... Oh, okay, that's a weird spin he did there on the quintuple steps. Hopefully he can get back to the 5th obstacle and maybe even beat it this time. Let's see, he's taking his time here. Sanaz hasn't seen this course all too much, so a lot of this is considered unmarked territory for Sanaz. He's into the curtain slider, gonna use all of them. That's a fair strategy, and he makes it work. And he's into the bounce boulder. Let's see here. He didn't get this far in practice, so he doesn't really know what he's doing, but Sanaz is quite the jumper, so he should be able to get this to work. He's gonna stick on the ball, and he slips off. Oh, that's unfortunate for Sanaz. Good to see him back, but he's out on the bounce boulder. That's unfortunate. Coming in at number 20, we have someone who's been doing quite well in other tournaments lately and is making his debut in Ninjas of Halo. This is Noodlewares. This guy, he's gotten to stage 3 of Spartan Sasuke, so he definitely has potential. Let's see if he can make it work in Ninjas of Halo, perhaps. Noodlewares, I was honestly, when he reached out saying that he wanted to do this one, I was really excited. Noodlewares, he's cool. I really like him, so it's good to see him here as he's through the quintuple steps. Into the butterfly wall now, and good save. He's through that onto the curtain slider. He's going through, and oh no, he slipped off! That's a weird fail for Noodlewares, and look at this. I thought he was doing fine, but he just slipped off the curtain slider, and Noodlewares is out on the third obstacle of stage 1. Well, we already have more clears than last tournament, and this person could definitely add to the list. This is the one and the only Buckaroo. Well, actually, there's 2 Buckaroos, but that's not important. This is Flamosaurus. There's the other Buckaroo weapon mat, cheering him on from the sidelines. Let's see how Flamosaurus can do. He's done quite well in recent tournaments. He has made it to stage 3 he's made it to stage 3 twice already. Made it to stage 3 in tournament 6 and tournament 8 respectively. He's hoping to get back there today. He's going quite fast through this course. He owns his own course, Spartan Ninja Warrior. He's into the bounce boulder, and nice. He's going through the half pipe attack now. He failed this in tournament 7, and he's got it. Nicely done. He's going to be taking on the Great Wall now. He failed stage 1 last turn like many others, however, he did beat the Flying Chute, which he's about to take on now. And that's a good jump. Pretty much perfect there. He's going to take on the Hot Streak, the replacement of the one and only Bungee Bridge, but we don't talk about that. And he's moving through the Hot Streak nicely, and he's through. He's got 30 seconds for the Vine to victory, and Flame could add to the list of clears. He's moving up, not taking any save jumps, which is risky, but saves time. And Flamosaurus is through. We are already at 5 stage 1 clears. A very successful tournament so far, and Flamosaurus is moving on to stage 2. He had a smooth run all throughout. 16 seconds on the clock. First competitor to beat the Klaxon today, and he looked smooth all throughout the stage. Getting through the half-pipe attack, which he failed in a previous tournament. And overall, nicely done from Flame. No big issues, and he is our 5th clear. Well done, Flamosaurus. And next up, we have another newcomer. This is Wolf Ninja 1225. Wolf Ninja making his debut here in Tournament 10. He's gotten to Stage 2 before in Spartan Sasuke a number of times. However, he has struggled with the salmon ladder on that course. I wonder what his reaction will be when he sees my salmon ladder, if he ever does. But nonetheless, Wolf Ninja. Let's see how he can do. He's also going to be holding the bulk shot. That's the second or third person who's doing that today. It's odd. Don't know what that is about. He's going to take on the butterfly wall. Oh, he stopped his sprint. What was Wolf Ninja doing there? He cut out his sprint for some reason. Look at this. He just stopped all of his momentum. I don't know if that was a strategy or a mistake, but it cost him dearly, and Wolf Ninja's out on the butterfly wall. Alright, next up we have the one and only host of the Irish Warrior. This is Crown Ferret 19, also known as Irish 1200, also known as many other things. I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point, but Irish Warrior. Go check it out. It's cool. I've also been doing good on it lately, so you just watch me do good. Crown Ferret has struggled on this. Actually, no, he's gotten pretty close to beating stage 1. He got to the Vine to Victory and Terminate, but aside from that, it's mainly just been mid-stage 1 failures. And that was a nice stick on the butterfly wall. Irish is mostly known for going slow, as you can see. He's already burned up 25 seconds on the first 3 obstacles, but overall, he's a pretty smooth jumper throughout. Pretty consistent in his results. And okay, he's gonna not go for a jump there. And he's through the bounce boulder into the half-pipe attack. Let's see here. We got a full thrust there mid-jump. Doing a lot of save jumps, and he's through the half-pipe attack. Gonna take on the Great Wall now, lining up for it. And he is up it in 1. Nicely done. He's under the flying chute. He failed this in the last tournament. Gonna make some micro adjustments there, but he's through the flying chute. He has 30 seconds for these last 2 obstacles. I know he'll probably want to take his time on the Vine to Victory there. So hopefully he can get through this hot streak, and he does. No one's failed that quite yet. He's going into the Vine to Victory now. He failed this in Tournament 8, so he's going to take his time, but he doesn't want to take too much because the klaxon's sounding. He's taking a few save jumps here. This is going to get real close if he doesn't move, which he moves, and Irish has got it! And we already have 6 stage 1 clears. That is quite the amount already. And overall, a very smooth run from Irish. Went slow and steady, but that does indeed win the race, and it won him his first stage 1 clear of his career. A very nice achievement to have after getting close quite a few times. An Irish 1200. Crown Ferret 19 is our 5th person today clearing for their first time. Well done. And next up we have Spenny47, also known as Killer Demand, and he is having a bit of a freak out there at the start line. But nonetheless, okay, that was a very close entry there onto the quintuple steps. You do not want to fail that jump. Killer Demand, he's got into stage 3 in the past, however, that was quite some time ago. He's not beaten stage 1 in this era, very similar to Cheese. And okay, he's going straight for the curtain slider there. Done. So the bounce boulder now. Killer Demand is quite awesome. He's a very cool Australian person. I bet he likes kangaroos. And okay, he did the similar thing to I can't remember who, but someone else did that, and it was weird. But he's into the half-pipe attack. He's getting a lot of save jumps here. What is Killer doing? I don't know what his strategy is, and oh my god, he wildly missed that. Well, that was a weird occurrence. And moving on, we are already at 25 runners, dang. But next up, we have Cobra, making his 3rd appearance last tournament. He got so close to beating the stage. He was just 1 jump away, but tried to be risky, and it cost him dearly on the Vine to Victory. Did net him a 4th place, though. So hopefully, oh man, look at that. He is zooming, Cobra. Cobra has done quite well in other courses. Gotten to a few stage 3s and even a stage 4 recently in the newest Spartan Ninja Warrior tournament, I believe. And he's flying through this stage 1 already. Take a look at that. It's Cobra through the bounce boulder. It would be nice to see Cobra get his first clear. 3rd time would be a charm, per se. And he's not going to do whatever the heck it was Killer did, and he's into the Great Wall now. And he's up and in 1. Look at this. Cobra has 45 seconds. He is zooming. And he's also through the flying chute. He has 40 seconds for these final obstacles. And if he moves through the hot streak like so, which he does, he has 31 seconds for the Vine to Victory, and Cobra should be set here if he doesn't fail this again. He failed it last tournament on the final jump. He tried to do the hunter thing, and it cost him so dearly. But hopefully today can be the day. Let's see, is he going to go for the hunter thing? He is not. And oh my god, he slipped! He saved it! Oh my god, okay, he has to move now, but he can still save it. He is moving up. He's going to do the hunter thing, and it works! And Cobra! Oh my god, that was a roller coaster at the very end. But he is moving on to the 2nd stage. What a run there. Yeah, my heart skipped a beat there on the Vine to Victory as Cobra, after the third time is indeed the charm. And that was quite a run there. He had a slip up on the Vine to Victory, but managed to save it, which no one else has ever been able to do. And he redeems himself, and Cobra is going to stage 2. Alright, well, we already have 7 clears, and next up is someone who would definitely like to add his name to the list. This is Mighty Max 80. Mighty Max 80 is one of 4 people to compete in every Ninjas of Halo tournament, and just one of 3 to ever beat the 3rd stage. Mighty Max attempted the tournament 7 final, however, timed up well short of total victory. Outside of Tournament 7, Mighty Max has struggled on the course, only beating Stage 1 one other time in Tournament 6. Despite Mighty Max's long history of mixed results in Ninjas of Halo, Mighty Max hopes that today he can succeed once again. Mighty Max has had that taste of success before, and would like to have it again here. We've seen so many people get it already. Mighty Max would love it to be there too. He's gonna fly through the quintuple steps. He knows it all. He's been here for every tournament. He's watched this course grow and thrive into what it is today. That is what this tournament's all about. He's into the bounce boulder now. Mighty Max has had his trials and tribulations, but has also had some of the largest success on this course in the tournaments that he's done well in. He's moving into the half-pipe attack now, and he has got it. Nicely done. Into the Great Wall. Time has always been a struggle for him, so he'd like to get this up in 1, and he does. Nice work. He's into the flying chute, and perfect. Good work there, and he has 40 seconds for the last 2 obstacles. It's typically that's not very Mighty Max, so it's very good to see him have a lot of time. And he is through the hot streak. Nicely done. As he's going for the Vine to Victory. He failed this in Tournament 8 right after his final stage appearance in Tournament 7. He's moving up it nicely. He has 20 seconds. This is good for Mighty Max. Just one more jump, and he has got it, and Mighty Max 80, the 8th clear today, as we are getting closer and closer to that 10 clear, Stage 1 clear record. And Mighty Max, a very smooth run all throughout, did the 1-3 strat on the curtain cider, which is interesting. But it is very good to see Mighty Max get his 3rd Stage 1 clear, especially with how the last 2 tournaments have went for him. Very nice to see him pull through, and Mighty Max 80 is the 8th Stage 1 clear today. Well done, Mighty Max. And next up, we have another competitor definitely seeking redemption from last tournament. This is Tricky Cyrus. Tricky Cyrus is also one of 4 people to compete in every Ninjas of Halo tournament. His personal best came in Tournament 8, failing the pegboard, and he has beaten Stage 2 twice in his career. Cyrus has also had a mixture of results on Ninjas of Halo, failing Stage 1 in many different ways and forms. However, he also holds a lot of success on the course. Today, Cyrus hopes to redeem his early Stage 1 fail last tournament, and maybe even get back to the 3rd stage. Tricky Cyrus, another person who's been here from the very beginning all the way up to here. He's seen this course have its ups and downs, and we've seen him have his ups and downs. Moving on through, Cyrus knows this course quite well. He's going to be nicely done through the butterfly wall. He's going to take on the curtain cider. He's got it. Tricky Cyrus. He is definitely hoping to get some redemption this tournament. He failed the half-pipe attack last time. He's through the bounce boulder. This is what he failed. Let's see if he can beat the half-pipe attack. He's going for it and gets a save off the rope. And he's through. He's into the Great Wall. Tricky Cyrus. He had a very... Oh, nope, not up the Great Wall in 1. That's not good. But he has it in 2 into the flying chute. And he's got it. He has 40 seconds now. He can do this if he moves. Let's see. He's going on to hot streak. No one's failed this yet. And he overshoots it! Tricky Cyrus is out on the hot streak, just the first person to fail this today. Look at this, he just overshoots the second rung, and I don't know what happened. I think the nerves just must have got to him, and he made a careless mistake, got too much momentum on the hot streak, an obstacle that will definitely take you out for any level of error there, and Cyrus is out on stage 1 again. Dang, that is unfortunate for Cyrus. And next up, we have Snoz again. Nah, I'm just kidding. We don't have Snoz again. That would be cool, though. Next up, we have Smokey Massacre, the one and only host of Halo Ninja Warrior, making his landmark 5th appearance. Last tournament, he went out early on the jump hang. However, he has gotten into stage 2 before. Oh, nope. Snoz is dead. Let's all cheer for the dead Snoz. But nonetheless, Smokey has gotten very close to stage 3 as well. In Tournament 8, he failed the Psycho Track, the final obstacle of stage 2. Now he's looking to get back there today. He's already seen so many people beat this stage 1. As we get near into that clear record, and he's through the curtain slider. Nicely done. 70 seconds. Okay, that was a weird zoom in. Cameraman should be fired. Alright, into the bounce boulder. Failed the trampoline obstacle last tournament, but he is not going to fail it today, and he's going for the half pipe attack. And he slipped off! Smokey Massacre! What on earth went wrong here? I don't get it. I genuinely don't. He looked just fine, but just didn't get a save jump. I think he thought he had it, and that's 2 tournaments in a row now. His last tournament, he went out on the 4th obstacle, the jump hang, just didn't get a good dismount, and now today just slipped off the rope of the half pipe attack, and that's another stage 1 fail for Smokey. How unfortunate. Alright, next up we have a competitor who has had a lot of success lately in Ninjas of Halo. This is Vaze. Vaze, or Joey, is one of the rising stars of the ninja community, and he made his debut in Tournament 5 where he would fail the pole maze. He would go on to struggle on Stage 1 for multiple tournaments. However, that all changed in Tournament 8, where he would not only beat Stage 1 for his first time, he would beat Stage 2 on his way to failing the Mad Cliffhanger. The toughest adversary yet of Tournament 9, Joey would just be one of 3 people to beat the first stage, and he would beat the Mad Cliffhanger he failed previously on his way to being just 1 jump away from first place. Joey hopes to capitalize on his exponential growth lately, and maybe even get back to the 3rd stage. Joey Davis, Vaze, Avesia, whatever his name is, he has still had so much success lately in recent tournaments of any course, really. He's just grown so much recently. It would be awesome to see him succeed in this tournament as well, as he is through the butterfly wall. Going for the, I almost said the flying chute there, that's not right. He's going for the curtain slider, and he's through into the bounce boulder. Joey has had his struggles with Stage 1 in his first 3 tournaments. However, since then, he has done quite well, and he would certainly love to continue that. Going for the half pipe attack. He failed that in Tournament 7, I believe, and he's through. Well done, and to the great wall now. He's never really struggled with this, and he's up it in 1. Nice work. He's going for the flying chute now. Perfect. Joey didn't have an issue with that last tournament, and he's now into the hot streak with loads of time remaining as well. Let's see, here he is soaring on through. Joey has 30 seconds for the Vine victory. He should be good here. Let's see. He's climbing up. There's me in the background. Hi. And he is just a jump away, and Joey Davis with 19.7 seconds. What a time. And Joey Davis is moving on to Stage 2. We're at 9 Stage 1 clears. Almost broken the Stage 1 clear record. We are getting very close now, as Joey had a clean run all throughout, beat the half-pipe attack that he failed in previous tournaments. And Joey Davis, well done. And he is our 9th Stage 1 clear. Go Joey Davis. Coming in at number 30, we have Weapon Matt. Weapon Matt is one of the most successful competitors in recent history of Ninjas of Halo. He made his debut in Tournament 5, failing the Circle Hammer on Stage 1. However, since then, Weapon Matt has thrived on the course. He got first place in Tournament 6, making it all the way to the vertical limit before failing, and he has mostly upkept that very high level of success since then, making it to Stage 3 in 3 of the last 4 tournaments, and never failing the front half of Stage 3 in that span. Despite a mild setback in Tournament 9, failing the Flying Chute, Weapon Matt hopes to upkeep that very high level of success he's had in recent tournaments. Weapon Matt, known as the king of minor courses, has had a double consent on Irish Warrior. He hasn't quite had that, but he did have a double fail on the vertical limit, which was honestly kind of amusing. Sorry, Weapon Matt. But nonetheless, it would be very cool to see him get back to maybe even beat the vertical limit, but first he has to get through these obstacles on Stage 1 first. He's going to go one at a time on the curtain slider. Not too many people do that these days, which is kind of interesting. But he's going into the bounce boulder now. Weapon Matt, aside from Tournament 9, has only failed the Stage 1 one other time in his debut, like I said. He has just done very well and has had very high levels of success. And he is up the Great Wall and won. This is what took him out last tournament. Let's see here, and he gets a nice jump. Not too many people struggling with the Flying Chute this tournament. Gets a nice 360 in there, like he does. Nice work for Weapon Matt into the hot streak. We saw Tricky Cyrus fail this, but he gets another 360 in there. Weapon Matt, nice work, and he is into the Vine to victory with 20 seconds left. He has enough time. He's going a bit slow, but that is perfectly reasonable for the amount of time he has left. And Weapon Matt is tied at the Stage 1 clear record. Okay, well, he missed out on a chance to beat the Klaxon. But that sucks to be him, doesn't it? That's what you get for Wallying. And Weapon Matt, but like I was saying, ties the Stage 1 clear record with his run. He's Stage 1 for the 4th time in the last 5 tournaments. He's just had so much success lately. It is so great to see him recover from last tournament on the Flying Chute. And overall, a very solid run, and the Stage 1 clear record has been tied. Well done, Weapon Matt. Alright, 10 clears out of 20. We have tied the current Stage 1 clear record, and this person could very well break it. This is Hunter Unit 751, making his 9th appearance on Ninjas of Halo. He has done quite well before. He's made it to Stage 3 a number of times and got 3rd place last tournament, being one of just 3 people to get to past Stage 1 even, and on his way to failing the Mad Cliffhanger. Just going on through. Hunter, known as the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo, second most successful, I'd say, overall, just behind Halo Ninja Warrior, but overall still a very good course. And everyone loves Hunter. He aside from the fact that he's a Brit, everyone loves him. And he's moving into the bounce boulder now, getting a lot of speed there, but he makes it work. Camera angle, and he's into the half pipe attack. The sun is completely set on the course. It's now nighttime. The lights are out. Hunter, he is definitely shown bright when the lights are brightest. He's through the Flying Chute. The hot streak now. Hunter hasn't failed this Stage 1 since Tournament 5, back in Era 1 of this course. And now he's into the Vine to victory. He has 20 seconds left. The clear record could be broken right here and now as long as he doesn't make an error on the Vine. And Hunter, is he going to go for his strike? He's not, actually. And Hunter Unit 751, the clear record has been broken with 8.7 seconds on the clock. We have broken the Stage 1 clear record. Well done, Hunter. Would you look at that? Had a very smooth run all throughout. The slow and steady wins the race, but overall it actually wasn't too slow, as he just barely missed out on the Klaxon. And Hunter, well done. That is a very impressive run to get back to Stage 2, especially after his success last tournament. And Hunter is going to the 2nd stage. Alright, next up we have someone who is looking to get some redemption from last tournament as well. This is Fireball. Fireball has done quite well on this course before in tournaments 2 through 4 actually. Had his famous hang climb hat trick where he failed to hang climb 3 times in a row, all in different ways and forms. And after tournament 4, he struggled on this stage until tournament 7, where he started doing better again. Overall, has been very up and down. And oh my god, Fireball, you know why people call him a speed demon at least. He's zooming through the stage 1. We've already broken the stage 1 clear record. It would be nice to see Fireball add to that list. Just going into half-pipe attack, nicely done. Oh, whoa, okay, just kidding. There we go, nicely done. He's going to the Great Wall now, let's see here. Up, and oh, not up in a 1, that's not great, but it's fine. Oh, no, not up in 2. He should be fine given how fast he was going before. And he's not up in 3. He might want to try and act. Oh, he's not up in 4. This is not good. He doesn't seem to understand it anymore. I don't know what's happening here. Fireball's never had any issues with this obstacle before, and he's up it now, but he only has 25 seconds for 3 obstacles. He has to move here. I don't know if he's going to have enough time. This isn't very good. He has 20 seconds. I guess if he shoots up the Vine to Victory, he'd have enough time, but he has got to move. And Fireball, he only has 10 seconds. This is not good. Can he get up the Vine to Victory? Oh no, he slipped off! Fireball out on the Vine to Victory. And Fireball's errors on the Great Wall cost him. It took him way too many tries to get up, and even his very fast speed early on could not save him. And it just took him too long, and it was too late, and he would have had to shoot up the Vine to Victory. But overall, he makes an error, and Fireball is out on stage 1 once again. Alright, coming in at number 33, another person definitely looking to get back at this stage 1. He's only failed it twice before. This is RPG445. As another person who's been in every tournament. Last tournament went out on the bungee bridge. One of 5 people to go out there. This is RPG445. Let's see how he can do here. He has only failed the stage 1 twice in his career, once in tournament 4 and once last tournament. So statistically, it should be until tournament 14 that he fails it again. Let's see. for the sake of not going through random.org or something to get results, I don't know why anyone would do that. Perhaps we should actually let him run and see how he does. Nicely done through the half-pipe attack. And through the Great Wall, which he struggled with in the past, but he's up it in 1. Nicely done to see him get up that in 1 after what Fireball did there. Oh my god, he almost overshot the flying shoot there. But he has loads of time for these last 2 obstacles. He just has to move. Let's see. And he can do it. And Rog is through the hot streak. Not pulling a tricky. And he is going up the Vine to Victory. So he has 25 seconds. He has more than enough time. He is soaring up this stage. Look at this. And RPG445 is up. Nope, just kidding. There we go. RPG445 is through. And we have hit 12 stage 1 clears. We got up the Great Wall. He struggled with it in the past, and we watched Fireball have loads of problems with it, but he didn't have any problem. He beat the flying shoot, which after a very close call there, almost overshooting it. And overall, RPG445, a very solid run. And he is going to stage 2, and we are at 12 stage 1 clears. Well done. Alright, coming in at number 34, we have someone who has had so much success lately on this course. We've seen him get to the final stage, get promoted to an all-star, get first place in 2 tournaments now. This is Petrillo Fam 4. He made his debut in Tournament 3 and has never failed Stage 1 since that debut. As you can see, he's just one of 3 people to ever make the final stage. He is hoping to get back there. As you can see, he's shooting at it. He feels very confident that this could be the tournament. We've seen already so many people beat this Stage 1, and knowing how Petrillo can go above and beyond, this could be it for him. Let's see, he's moving on through. At least that's what he thinks it could be it. Let's see if it will be. through the butterfly wall. Fam 4, such a nice person and a very good jumper overall. Let's see, he's not going to do a jump on the bounce boulder. Very risky strategy in my opinion, but overall, it is whatever people wish to do. And he soars through the half-pipe attack. Take a look at that. Petrillo just one of 3 people to beat this first stage in the last tournament, along with Hunter and Joey. He's going into the flying chute. Nicely done. And he has 43 seconds for these last 2 obstacles, more than anyone else has had so far. He's moving on through. Nicely done there, and he's going into the Vine to victory with more time than he could ever ask for. He's on pace for the fastest time so far. Currently, Joey has it, as one would expect, and he flew up that Vine and with 21.9 seconds. That is not too far off the clear record that Chumpy has of, I think it's 24, but a very clean run. That was incredible. He had no problems throughout that entire stage. Petrillo Fam 4 just soared through it, and that is Petrillo's, I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7th stage 1 clear in a row, and that ties the longest stage 1 clear streak. Well done, Pedro. Alright, we just have one more run left to go. The grand champion himself, the one and only, Chumpy. Chumpy is the grand champion of Ninjas of Halo, making his landmark Kansensei Ha in Tournament 5 and becoming the first ever winner of Ninjas of Halo. Along with that, Chumpy has a long list of medals and accomplishments, including the longest Stage 1 clear streak from Tournament 2 all the way up to Tournament 8. Along with that, Chumpy has never failed the second stage. Chumpy did fail Stage 1 for his first time since Tournament 1 in the last tournament. However, Chumpy is still one of the best competitors on this course and is ready to show why. Chumpy, Atlantic Champ, the grand champion of Ninjas of Halo. He has done so much for this course, and he has done so well in the past. It was such a shock to see him go out on Stage 1 last tournament, and he is definitely looking for that comeback. You can see he is soaring through this. I believe he is playing with a different controller setup. Not too sure why. I think he just kind of wanted to see how he'd do, which is an interesting take on it, but that's just how Chumpy rolls. So hopefully he can move on through nicely through the bounce boulder. I don't know what the camera's doing. Cameraman should be fired. And he's through the half-pipe attack. And yes, he is. Has 50 seconds into the Great Wall. He did a slide there. Interesting. Chumpy, this is his nemesis, the flying chute. He goes for it, and nicely done. Hit the top. Only one person ended up failing that today. He's going into the hot streak. Do not pull a Cyrus. He has 35 seconds. Just take these jumps slowly, and he has got it. Almost came up short there. That would have been very bad. But Chumpy, 25 seconds into this Vine to victory. Okay, that was a weird save jump. He didn't really need to take it, but nonetheless, Chumpy is moving up. Can he be the 14th Stage 1 clear? Yes, he can, and Jake is there to celebrate with him. Nicely done. 11.9 seconds on the clock, and he's going to Stage 2. Had a very clean run throughout, and it is very nice to see Chumpy get that redemption he definitely wanted. The half-pipe attack, which he failed in Tournament 1, actually, but got through it nicely. And the flying chute, which took him out last tournament, made it look easy. And Chumpy is the 14th Stage 1 clear. Well done, Atlantic Champ. And with that, a very lengthy, record-breaking Stage 1 is over, as Super Ninja Jake 2, El Booker Taco, Sparta Moana 71, Sunnyside Splash, Flamosaurus, Crown Ferret 19, Cobra, Mighty Max 80, Vaze, Weapon Mat, Hunter Unit 751, RPG 445, Trilofam 4, and Chumpy are all going to Stage 2. It's such a big list. Let's see what the Stage 2 has to offer them. And kicking off the stage 2, this is a stage that has been heavily modified to be made much harder than it has in the past. And it starts off with the spider walk that has not been changed. Move through the panels and jump on through to victory. And then after that we have the new crumbling ladder. This is a typical salmon ladder at the surface. However, the bars drop as you go. Very difficult. And moving on after that is the wing nuts, some tricky corner jumps to make our competitors' lives miserable. And then it is another new obstacle, the fishbone. Jump on through the pegs, however, be wary of the hammers that stand in your way. Then it finishes off with the balance tank, which is unchanged from last tournament, and the chain seesaw, the era classic at this point. Our competitors will have 75 seconds to beat this very tough stage 2. And a very interesting stage 2 is about to commence as a record-breaking 14 competitors will take it on, kicking it off with Super Ninja Jake 2. His second appearance on the course and his first on stage 2. He's getting a slap on the back for good luck from Hunter Unit, a fellow Brit, and I guess a good friend. I don't know. I'm sure that they get along. They talk about soccer, I'm sure. Anyway, Jake, his first time on this stage 2, gonna kick it off with a spider walk. You have to use all these panels. He's going for the drop, and he's got it. He's gonna be the first to take on this crumbling ladder. The bars drop as you go, so you have to be very careful. Jake going up them. Oh, he slips there. That's gonna be very tough to come back from, and he's out on the crumbling ladder. That's unfortunate. Let's look at what happened here. He just didn't get a save there, and it was over very quickly for Super Ninja Jake. Nice to see him get to stage 2, but he is out early. Alright, well, already one down is next up we have El Booker Taco. Another one of many people here for their first time is Taco. After it took him a bit more attempts than Super Ninja Jake. His fourth appearance here. It took him 4 appearances to get here. Sorry. All right, gonna take a few jumps. Okay, he almost failed the spider walk there. That would have been very bad. He's moving on through the crumbling ladder. We just watched Jake fail this. Oh, he slipped, but it is fine as long as he keeps moving. And he slips off there. Oh no, it is over very quickly. And that's not good either. As Taco, he just slipped off the 4th one, and he couldn't have done anything about that. Just didn't get a good jump onto the 4th one, and 2 people already out on this crumbling ladder. This thing looking like it's going to be a menace already, as 2 people have already gone out on it. Alright, well, third person up, we have Spartan Walnut. This is also his first time on this stage, too. Might as well just have a graphic of people who are here for their first time, because there's so many of them. And okay, he's going to go way faster than Jake and Taco did. Soar through that, and he's onto the crumbling ladder. Can he be the first person to beat this, perhaps? Going for the 3rd one. Lining up for the 4th one. He doesn't get it. Can he save it? No, he can't. Oh man, 3 people already out on this thing. I thought he saved it there. He got the save jump, but just didn't line up quick enough for the next jump, and it was over for Walnut. And that is 3 people now out on the crumbling ladder. It's crazy. But moving on, we have Sunnyside Splash. He's a bit. He walks away from the stairs. I think he's a bit scared after the massacre that is the crumbling ladder so far. But he is definitely probably the most vulnerable person on this stage 1, being the first newcomer here. So it would be nice to see him get by, at the very least, the crumbling ladder so far. He is through the spider walk, going to take on this crumbling ladder. Let's see. And Sunnyside Splash do it. On up. Making nice adjustments here. And Sunnyside is through the crumbling ladder. Someone's done it. He's onto the wing nuts now, as we finally get a look at the rest of the stage 1. And he's through the through the second corner jump of the wing nuts, sorry. And now he's through the wing nuts. Going to be the first to take on the other new obstacle, the fishbone. You have to be careful here. It's more so like a hammer dodge, but I wanted to call it the fishbone just because of the nature of it with the pegs overall. And he is through. He's going a bit slow. He's only at 25 seconds here. And he needs to kind of pick up the pace. He went really slow on that fishbone, which is kind of scary. However, However, he is through. Didn't even need a save jump on the balance tank, and Sunnyside splashes really deep into the stage, but he has to move on those chain seesaw, and oh no, he went way too high. And Sunnyside, that is unfortunate. He was looking good, probably could have cleared, but I think he got scared at the time and rushed the chain seesaw, and just, oh man, that's unfortunate. Because he was looking really good on the stage. He got through all the obstacles, except at the very end, he just tried to full send or no send, which can work, but he, as you can see, he just was way too high. He should have gone the high route, and he is out on the chain seesaw. Well done by a newcomer, but he's out. And next up, we have our first veteran taking on the second stage. We have Flamosaurus. Flame is third time on the second stage. He's never failed it. However, as we can see, this is a very different stage too from the ones he's seen in the past already. And hopefully he can capitalize off his success in the past on it, though. Alright, here we go. Flamosaurus. See how he can do here. He's under the crumbling ladder. He's going to go for a spring jump technique, and that is working like a charm. Look at that. Flamosaurus, very consistent spring jumping there. And he's going to spring jump these corners, too. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. And doesn't get a spring there, but he doesn't really need it. And he's almost through the wing nuts, and he is. He's going to take on the fishbone. Be a lot better if he went faster than Sunnyside did on it. And gets a save jump there, almost overshot it. He's going to go slow on this as well. That's a bit of a risky way to play, because then you have to go faster on the rest of it. And oh, he's gonna wait another cycle. He should not have done that. And that could come back to bite him real fast if he doesn't pick up the pace. He's going into the balance tank now. Flamosaurus. He's gonna have enough time, but he's gonna have to move on the chain seesaw. He's down to 12 seconds here. See, is he going to take the high route, and he's taking save jumps. He really has to move, because he's going to have to need a save jump here, and yep, he does. But Flamosaurus with just 1.8 seconds on the clock. Look at that. Flamosaurus is the first person to beat this stage 2. Just took someone with a bit of experience with it, and Flamosaurus flew up the crumbling ladder, which has already done a ton of damage today. Beat the fishbone despite waiting taking a bit more time than he needed to on it. Slow and steady wins the race, as they all say. Flamosaurus is for the third time in a row out of Flame's appearances on this stage. Flame is going to the stage 3. Alright, well, we know someone can do it, and next up, we have someone who is quite a fan of very chaotic stage 2s. This is Crowned Ferret 19, one of 6 people, and he's the 5th of them, actually, to be here for their first time. Ferret is very excited to just get this far. Hopefully he can capitalize off of it. He did help with the scripting for the crumbling ladder, so hopefully he, at the very least, can beat that. He's going to take a few save jumps here. Irish is not very good with window obstacles, so it definitely freaked him out when he saw the spider walk was the opening stage 2 obstacle, but he's through it into the crumbling ladder. He knows the ins and outs of this thing. He helped with the scripting. And he's moving up just as the bars are dropping, and oh my god, that was really close. But he got it to work, and there's Snoz cheering him on. I bet Snoz is the reason that he beat that obstacle. Without Snoz, he would not have done it. But anyway, through the wing nuts here, 40 seconds left. He's going to take on the fishbone. Did he get a spring there? That's an interesting strat. Alright, let's see here. Irish moving through the fishbone. He's going to go fast here, and he overshoots it on the fishbone. Oh, that's unfortunate. Look at this. He tried to go faster, contrary to Flamosaurus and Sunnyside, but he just didn't. He shouldn't have, really. He was going fine, and we saw that it worked with Flame, but Crowned Ferret is out on the fishbone, just overshoots the peg, and it's over just as quickly as it started, really. And Irish is out on the fishbone. Alright, now we have the last of the people here for their first time. This is Cobra. Cobra has gotten to stage 3 in other courses. Would definitely like to get there here. Let's see if he can do it. The spider walk. Nicely done. Cobra, definitely took some time to get him to, well, okay, he slipped up there, but it is fine if you slip him on that first bar, because it'll just reset the timer. Kind of unfortunate, but that's just how scripting works. And he's through. Alright, let's see here. He can get the wing nuts going. And he's through the second, making the transfer to the third. And nicely done. He's into the fishbone now. We just watched Irish fail this. And he's going to go fast on this. Look at him. He is zooming, and he gets it to work. Look at that, Cobra. Nicely done. 30 seconds, way more time than anyone else for these last two obstacles. Let's see, he's going to take this balance tank nice and slow, and he's got it. Over 20 seconds left for this chain seesaw. If he moves nicely, he should be good. Let's see. He's going to take quite a few save jumps, but he earned the time from the fishbone to be able to do that. And the klaxon sounds, but it shouldn't matter as long as he gets this final jump, which he does. And Cobra is going to the third stage. Would you look at that? Out of 6 people to get here for their first time, Cobra, out of all of them, finally pulls through and is the first person out of the 6 to get here to beat stage 3, or sorry, to beat stage 2 on their first try. Well done, Cobra. Went very fast on the fishbone, and he earned the time from it. And that is a very good run as Cobra is going to the third stage. Well done, Mr. Cobra. We'll see you on stage 3. And next up, we have someone who is definitely very happy to get back here after a few mishaps in the previous tournaments. This is Mighty Max 80. The last time he got to this stage, he beat it on his way to making it to the final stage in Tournament 7. Now Mighty Max is back here. Who knows, maybe he can get to the final stage again. Nonetheless, he has to get through this stage first, and it's been very hard for some people. He's going into the crumbling ladder. He's going a bit slow. He might want to pick up the pace, which he does, and he's through into the wing nuts. Let's see. Wing nuts haven't been an issue for too many people. And he is moving on nicely. Not too many people are struggling with this thing. He is through the wing nuts into the fishbone. Let's see, he's down to 40 seconds. Oh, okay, he's going straight for it. That was risky. Let's see, he's going to wait a cycle on this one. Let's see, alright, he's going to slow it down just a bit. Going to wait another cycle there. He probably shouldn't have. Nonetheless, okay, now he's going to slow down a lot. He's down to 25 seconds. He's going to have to move here. He's going to sword the thing. Oh, he's waiting back. This is risky. And he goes for a jump, and it doesn't work. And Mighty Max 80, he was under a time crunch, needed the balance tank to move, but he hung back in hopes that he could get a big momentum shift. But I just don't think that's a really feasible strategy, and Mighty Max 80 out on the balance tank. Unfortunate for Mighty Max. Alright, next up we have Vaze. His third time on this stage. He has never failed it. He would definitely not want third time to be the charm for that. Joey has done very well in the past and would like to continue that. See how he can do on the stage too. 75 seconds like the rest of them. Though time shouldn't really be a big issue for Joey, as he is quite a speed demon, as they say. He's into the crumbling ladder, and look at that. The technique by Joey, just so good at that. He's into the wing nuts now. Joey has just grown so much as a jumper in recent times. Into the third wing nut, and he is through onto the fishbone. Let's see how he's going to try this one out. He has more time than most people do going into this. Looks like he's going to play it safe, which is pretty fair, given the circumstance. And, oh wow, he's going to soar for the last few, and nicely done. 35 seconds, and that just shows you the difference between going fast and slow on the fishbone. It can save you so much time, and that's a nice stride on the balance tank. And he has 25 seconds for the chain seesaw. Let's see. Nicely. He should be fine. He's going to take the low route. Some people prefer the high, some prefer the low. And Joey Davis with so much time left. Look at that. And he is going to stage 3 as well. Our third stage 1 clear. Well done, Joey. Look at that. That is a very smooth run all throughout, as you would expect from Joey Davis. He had no problems beating these new obstacles, and quite fast on the fishbone too, and that just shows how much of a difference going fast on the fishbone can be. Had over 10 seconds more than Mighty Max did going into the balance tank, and was able to play it as he wanted to. Didn't have to have his hand forced by time, and Joey Davis is going to stage 3. Alright, next up we have another person who has had very few issues with stage 2 in the past and would like to upkeep that. This is Weapon Matt. His 4th time on the second stage, has also never failed it. However, as we have seen, this is quite the stage 2. You would like to beat it again. However, that is not as easy of a task as it used to be. So hopefully he can pull on through. Going into the spider walk. Alright, he is going to zoom on through the king of minor courses. Onto the crumbling ladder. I really like the crumbling ladder. I think it's a cool concept. It's unfortunate that so many people failed it early on, but people seem to have it down at this point. That's the advantage of going later, to get a better understanding of stuff. And moving through the wing nuts nicely. Other than that, time doesn't seem to be an issue for him so far. He has 45 seconds into the fishbone. Let's see what his strategy is going to be. Going to take him one at a time so far. Yep, that's what he's going to do, but overall, given how fast he took the wing nuts, that should be fine. He has 32 seconds here into the balance tank. And going to get a save jump, and it works. Does the same thing Joey did, and that works perfectly for him. He's into the chain seesaw now, 20 seconds left. He's going to get a short hop there. That's a strat. He's going for the low route. Let's see, is he going to get a short hop here too? Yes, he is. That sounds like Weapon Matt getting short hops in the most random of places. It's a klaxon sounding. He might want to move it. I even took a melee there. That's a weird time killer. But overall, it doesn't matter. Is with 2.7 seconds left. Weapon Matt is our 4th stage 1 clear. Stage 2 clear. Well done, Weapon Matt. A very smooth run all throughout. Went a bit slow at the end, but overall it was fine. Took a weird melee on the chain seesaw too. But overall, went fast enough early on that he was able to play it safe. And Weapon Matt is our 4th stage 2 clear. Yeah, that was a weird melee. But overall, well done, Weapon Matt. Going to stage 3 for his 4th time. And next up, we have Hunter Unit 751. He is making, God, how many is it now? Right, this is his 7th time on Stage 2. However, he has only beat it a couple of times. I think he's beaten it 3 times, all of which in his last 3 appearances on it. Yeah, quite the struggles with Stage 2 in the Awakening era of this course. However, he seems to have it all figured out now. However, this is definitely a very tough Stage 2. Like I've said for everyone else, hopefully he can get through. He has the luck of Killer on his side, and that is quite lucky, I would say. He's going into the spider walk. Interesting camera angles here. And he's through into the crumbling ladder. He was worried about this thing. And okay, he almost came up short there. That would have killed it right off the bat. But Hunter is able to get through. Nicely done. He's into the wing nuts now. Hunter's a bit... Okay, that was very sketchy from the jump from the first to second. Almost came up short. But he is just doing just fine. Into the fishbone now. And he's got it. Alright, let's see here. Hunter doing fine on time. Gonna pick up the pace. He gets hit by the hammer! And he's out on the fishbone! Hunter down on stage 2 for I don't even know how many times it is now. It's definitely a lot. And look at this. He just made an error there. And that's all it took. He tried to pick up the pace, but it didn't work out for him. And we saw the same thing happen with Irish, just in a different fashion. And he should have waited. Given the way he was going, he should have waited. And Hunter is out on the fishbone. How unfortunate. Alright, we just have 3 runs to go. And kicking off those last 3 runs, we have RPG 445. The first of 3 All-Stars to get here today. Only Fireball missed out on meeting Stage 1. Quite unfortunate, but nonetheless. Let's see how RPG can do the role-playing of Garchomps. Into the crumbling ladder. He was worried about this. Let's see, RPG445. He is through it into the wing nuts. See how he can do here. Not many people struggle with this. Okay, gets a save jump there. Just going on through. And RPG slips off! What? Rog out on the wing nuts, an obstacle no one has ever failed before. Really just hasn't played much of a role, but he just got a bad corner jump, and that's all it takes for Rog, and he is out on the wing nuts. What an odd failure. He just didn't get a good jump, and the corners are just deceptively difficult, and he is out on the stage 2. That's unfortunate for Rog. Well, 2 runs left to go, and like I've said, this is definitely a very different stage 2 from the last few tournaments. But next up is Petrillo Fam. He has had his issues with stage 2 before, and this is definitely a very hard stage 2. However, Pedro has also grown leaps and bounds since the last time he failed this stage 2, which would have been tournament 6 at this point when he failed the bouncing spider. Let's see here. There are absolutely some obstacles way harder than the bouncing spider ever was. Hopefully he can make it on through. Pedro is going up the crumbling ladder. And he soared up that thing. Look at that. Into the wing nuts. We just watched Rog fail here. Quite bad to see Rog go out. To see Pedro go out here. But he seems to have it down, and he does. Into the fishbone. This thing is played apart already, taking out Hunter and Irish. He's going to take it slow, doesn't want to do what the other 2 did. They tried to rush it, and it cost them dearly. And Pedro is through. 33 seconds for the balanced tank, and the chain seesaw at that. And Pedro going to take it slow, not going to go for any wild jumps, and he's got it. Bam, nicely done. Going up the rope. The chain seesaw has 20 seconds. It'd be very nice to see Pedro beat the stage again. Moving on through. And Pedro clacks some sounds, but it doesn't matter. And Petrillo Fam 4 is the 5th stage 2 clear. Nicely done, Pedro. A very smooth run all throughout. Would you look at that? Just got through everything quite nicely, honestly. No big deal. And Pedro is through. Got all of the jumps, and yeah, that's just about all you have to do. He took it slow and steady, and that won the race. And Petrillo Fam 4 is the 5th stage 2 clear. Well done, Petrillo Fam 4. We'll see you on stage. Well, we have 1 run left to go. The last run left for stage 2. This is Chumpy. This is his 8th time on this stage 2, and he has never failed it. However, like I've said for everybody else, this is quite the stage 2. So, hopefully he can make it on through and make it 8 in a row. 8 in a row on this stage 2 for Chumpy. He's doing a weird spinny thing. I don't know what he's up to now. Okay, well that's something you can do, I guess. He wanted a full sprint to just look cool. He could have just backed up. It's not like the platform's that small. There is a massive fucking ramp that takes you into it, but nonetheless. And okay, he slips on the crumbling ladder, but he manages to make it work. A nice recovery there for Chumpy. So into the wing nuts. And he's taking it slow, but he has the time as long as it depends on how he takes the fishbone, really. 42 seconds for this fishbone. Chumpy, he slips off! Chumpy is out on stage 2 for the first time ever! What went wrong here? It was just a simple jump. The hammer didn't even have a part to play. He just undershot it, and that's all it is. I cannot believe it. Chumpy, after failing stage 1 for his first time last tournament, first time since tournament 1, Chumpy fails stage 2 for his first time ever. That is insanity. As he goes out on just a simple jump on the fishbone, a careless mistake, and Chumpy is out on stage 2. That goes to show how much the stage has changed. Wow! Chumpy out on the fishbone. Well, the stage 2 started with 14, and now only 5 remain. Flamosaurus, Cobra, Vase, Weapon Mat, and Petrolifam 4 are all that stand for Ninjas of Halo 10. With a very diverse crowd here making it to Stage 3, let's see what the stage has to offer for them. And now it's the place where dreams go to die, the third stage. It starts off with the curved body prop, which has not been changed from last tournament. This will maneuver their way through the windows to succeed. And it is the pipe dream, which is now the second obstacle as opposed to the fifth. It has been nerfed to accommodate for that adjustment. Now the swap planet bridge is the third obstacle, as it always is in this era. Just maneuver your way through the planets. And it's the mad cliffhanger, a very difficult obstacle, 8 ledges to move through. And then it's a new obstacle, these separating corners. You must get through these Bubba Ace inspired corner obstacles, very tough corner jumps. Then it's the Devil's Leap, returning from Tournament 5 to replace the Rolling Hill. After that, you have to get through the vertical limit, the Era 2 staple of Ninjas of Halo. Have to get on just very difficult, including a big transfer there. And it finishes off with the pipe drop. After the pipe slider based obstacle, however, with a big drop and then a final jump at the end, our competitors will have as much time as they need to try and beat this third stage. And only 5 are left. Oh, okay. Well, that's not how the main cannon's supposed to work. Anyway, only 5 left standing out of 35. And for the kickoff this third stage, we have Flamosaurus, his fellow Buckaroo Weapon Mat, who will be running this third stage later. Oh, nope, he didn't make the jump. Sucks to be you, Weapon Mat. But anyway, Flamosaurus, he has not done too well in the previous times he's been here. He failed the Swap Planet Bridge and then the Devil Steps, respectively, the third and second obstacles. However, this is certainly a tournament where he can improve off that. He's through the curved body prop, going to be the first to take on the Pipe Dream this tournament. The poles have been made, so it's a bit easier to stick onto this obstacle now. So hopefully he can take advantage of that and get through the Pipe Dream. He's going to go for a short hop strategy there. Got a few people in the crowd there. I think that's Irish, Joey, Weapon Mat, and myself. Nicely done. Alright, this is the big jump, and Flamosaurus has got it. Nice work there. Just has to finish out the back half of the Pipe Dream, and he should be through smooth sailing. And nice. Just a couple more jumps. Got the last one, just has to dismount now, going for a show. Nope, the short hop didn't work, and there it is. And Flamosaurus is through. Onto the Swap Planet Bridge. This was his nemesis in Tournament 7. Let's see if he can beat it this time. So he's taking a minute to think about this. So can he do it? He's going to go into it. Okay, he almost failed the mount, but that was very risky, but he saved it. Into the rest of the obstacle, he's going to try and full send or no send now. And okay, he's going to save on the transfer. It's very respectable strategy. So he's almost through now, just a few more jumps. Okay, he's going on through, almost done. He overshoots the last ball! Flame, he almost had it. No, ho. He was this close. He just made an error on the last ball with the Planet Bridge, and that is all it took. And Flamosaurus out early on stage 3 once again. That is unfortunate for Flame.
Well, you see here, I'm just very happy that this is the first time I got on stage 3. That is not called Spartan Ninja Warrior, because that's literally the only course that I've gotten to stage 3 on. So just getting here is just, like, amazing. But for stage 3, I might be screwed on the early obstacles, because pretty much, like, anything, it's pretty much either going to be, it's more definitely going to be the cliffhanger that's probably going to take me out. But if I can get through that, it's definitely going to be whatever the 5th obstacle is called. But if I can just get to the cliffhanger, that'll just be fine.
Cobra, the only person here on the stage 3 for their first time, hoping to make the most of it. Like he said, he just wants to get as far as he can on this third stage. Oh, nope, he's running away from the camera now. Yes, he's a bit camera shy, perhaps. Anyway, Cobra, gonna take on this third stage. Let's see how he can do. He's gonna take on the curved body prop. His first time trying out all of these obstacles. Didn't really practice much for this third stage because I don't think he honestly expected to get this far, but it is very nice to see him do exactly that as he went straight into the Pipe Dream now. not giving himself any time to rest. He's going in for the next few jumps. It's really just that upwards jump is what people have to worry about. And that's what's next for Cobra. Let's see if he can pull it out. And he's got it. Nicely done. Just gotta get these save jumps. He's into the drop. And Cobra moving swiftly through the pipe dream. Oh, well, I'm just kidding. He's going to take like 85 save jumps on the one I say he's going fast on, conveniently. And smoothly but surely is through the pipe dream. Now into the swap planet bridge. We just watched Flame fail this. Cobra contemplating a few things before going into it. Let's see, he's going to go for the full send strat. That can be a bit risky. He's going to go all out for it. He's going to take a save jump on the transfer. That makes sense. Alright, and Cobra almost overshot the last one too, but he is through, and he's going to go straight to this little corner. I feel like this corner needs a name. We should call it the Cobra corner. Because I built this corner hoping that it would get attention, and he's the only one who's given it that attention. So that is very nice to see Cobra do. But anyway, enough doodling around with corners and Cobras. Let's see, he's going to be the first to take on the Mad Cliffhanger today. A very difficult obstacle. And Cobra lining up for the big transfer. He said that he mentioned this obstacle specifically. He goes for the jump and he doesn't get it! And Cobra just comes up short of the big transfer. It's a very hard jump to go for, especially without a double jump strategy. You can see he just tried to do it, but jumped probably too early with not enough momentum, and he just came up short. And Cobra, a very good run, but is out on the Mad Cliffhanger. Alright, 2 down, 3 to go. Next up we have Vaze. Last tournament went out on the rolling hill, just a jump away from first place and 3 obstacles away from the final stage. Let's see if Joey can capitalize. As he is going to take on this stage for his 3rd time. He has improved so much over these last few tournaments. Let's see if he can truly capitalize on it now. He's going in for the pipe dream. Alright, moving quite fast, honestly. But that is what Joey does best. He loves going fast. He got the fastest clear time in stage 2 this tournament, so shouldn't be surprised that he is flying through this pipe dream. And Joey is through. He's into the swap planet bridge. He's seen all these obstacles before, so he is quite familiar with it, and he's going to do the full send strategy, and I'm not surprised whatsoever. He doesn't even get to take a save jump on that. That's an interesting way to go about it, but he's through, and he's also going to take on the Mad Cliffhanger. Let's see how we can here. Cobra failed the transfer. However, Joey has never had many issues with it as he has that ridiculous strategy. Let's see if he's going to go for it. And yep, he is. And it works like a charm. Look at that. Nicely done by Joey there. That's such a wild strategy. I can't believe he does it. He pushes himself against it to get a full sprint, but hey, whatever floats your boat, right? Joey going for the big jump, and he has got it, and he's through the Mad Cliffhanger again, going okay, doesn't even let me give him time to celebrate, going straight for the separating corners. It's the first jump. There's 1 more to go, and he gets that one too. Nicely done. Into the Devil's Leap. He's gonna be just the 2nd person to ever attempt this. See, he's getting. This is the position obstacle he failed last tournament, so if he beats this, it's a personal best, and it is! And this is going to be his first time trying out the vertical limit. Joey is soaring through this stage. Alright, this is the transfer. So many people have gone out here in the past. Can Joey beat it? Yes, he can! Nicely done by Joey. Look at that. He's just on the final obstacle. Look, already into the pipe drop. Let's see, what's the strategy going to be here? You need a lot of momentum to make this drop, and looks like he's going to full send it, and it works! Joey is the first person to ever make the drop on the pipe drop, and now he's just a jump away from beating the 3rd stage. He just has to drop down here, and he's on the golden bar of truth. He is one huge jump away. It seems like miles. Can he be the 4th person to ever beat stage 3? He lines it up. He goes for it. Joey has done it! Joey is the 4th person to ever beat the 3rd stage! Well done, Joey! It just took him 3 tries on this 3rd stage, and he soared through it. It did not take him much time at all, and Joey beats the vertical limit on his first try, and Joey Davis is going to stage 4. We have to hear from him after that.
Dude, that was so sweaty. I'm very happy to beat stage 3, but I was mostly nervous about the vertical limit and pipe drop, and shaky hands does not go well on those 2 obstacles, but you could see me lining up for the final jump, save jump in there. Yeah, my hands are shaking so bad. But, no, let's go! I am very happy to be attempting the tower. Hopefully, I can become the 2nd Grand Champion.
And it is going to be very hard to top that, but Weapon Matt is definitely one who is capable of doing it. He has gotten deep into stage 3 before. Last time on stage 3 went out a bit earlier than expected, going out on the pipe dream, and that's now moved to the 2nd obstacle, so hopefully he can at least beat his demons from tournament 8, and maybe even get back at the vertical limit, which has ruined his dreams twice before. Weapon Matt, such a high-level competitor. We've already seen one person beat this 3rd stage, and he gets a 360 in there. It's not a Weapon Matt run if he doesn't have one. Weapon Matt contemplating this obstacle. He knows what this obstacle has done to him in the past. So can he do it? This pipe dream is deceptively difficult, as I like to say. He goes straight for the upwards jump, and nicely done. That's the jump he failed last time he was on the stage. But it was way harder back then, so figures that he's able to beat it this time. Gets a nice short hop there, and the camera runs into a pole. Cameraman should be fired. And he's 360ing on through the stage into the Swap Planet Bridge now. He's going to full send it like many others have. Getting a short hop there, as many others do. And he is... no one gets a short hop there. What am I saying? But he's through the Swap Planet Bridge. Going to take on the mad cliffhanger now. Let's see, can he do it? He has never failed at any obstacle in the front half of stage 3 before. Would not like this to be his first time, and he gets the transfer. Nicely done, Weapon Matt. Let's see. How can he do here? He is into the back half of the mad cliffhanger. Just 2 jumps left. Goes for the big... Okay, he's not going to go full send. That's an interesting way to go about it, but it is just fine if you want to do it like that. And Weapon Matt is through the cliffhanger. Now he's into the back half of the stage. He failed the 5th obstacle of stage 3 last time, and the separating corners are no joke. Let's see, how will he fare here? Gets the first one. Lining up for the next. And oh my gosh, that was close. Nicely done though, and he is through. He's on to the Devil's Leap. He looks back at that thing. That was quite the run there. Oh no, he's shaking his head at the Devil's Leap. This isn't good. Doesn't seem too confident with it. Let's see, this is quite an interesting way to get on the Devil's Leap, but he's finally gonna get in the Mongoose. Let's see, we watched Joey beat this with no issue. Can Weapon Matt do it too? He goes for it, and he's got it, just barely. He takes a look back at that thing, and now it's the vertical limit. Can 3rd time be the charm for Weapon Matt? He's failed this twice in the past, in Tournament 6 and Tournament 7. Can he do it now? He goes for it, and Weapon Matt has got it. He's through the vertical limit, and is going to be the 2nd person to take on the pipe drop today. Come on, Weapon Matt. Let's see, okay, he's not going to full send it like Joey did. That means he's going to have to back up a good bit if he wants enough momentum. It's so hard to get this right, especially if you try and do what Weapon Matt's doing right now. He's backing up very slowly. Let's see here. Come on, Weapon Matt. This could be it for him. He just has to get through this drop and then make the final jump, and then he is going to... He could be the 5th person to beat this 3rd stage. He's just really just 2 jumps away now. Let's see, but this is the big one. Can he do it? He's shooting up at the sky. Come on, Weapon Matt. He can do it. We believe in him. He goes for it. Can he get it? He gets hit! No! Weapon Man is out on the pipe drop, just inches away. You can see he beat the vertical limit finally after 3 tournaments. It finally got through, but it all fell apart on the pipe drop. He spent a long time backing up, and you can see he just didn't seem to know what to do and got hit right there, and did pretty much identically what Chumpy did. And you can see he just bonks his head right there on the corner, and that's the worst spot you could possibly hit your head. And Weapon Matt, after such a great run, Weapon Matt is out on the pipe drop, just so close to the final stage. And that is it for Weapon Matt. What a run, but his dreams are over for this tournament. And we only have one more run left on this 3rd stage, and there's Joey giving him the cheer that he would need. It's Petrillo Fam 4. He got 1st place last tournament. He's beaten this 3rd stage before. If anybody can join Joey, it would be this man right here, Petrillo Fam 4. Let's see. He has been to this stage a number of times now. Got here for the first time in Tournament 5, and then made it back in Tournament 7, and has gotten here every tournament since. Hopefully he can capitalize off of his experience in recent history on the Stage 3. The pipe dream now. Lots of pipes on this stage, actually. I just realized the pipe dream and the pipe drop. Kind of funny, but nonetheless. Pedro, the one and the only. The only obstacle on the stage he hasn't seen, aside from the separating corners, is the pipe drop. It would be huge to see him get there. Alright, Pedro, almost through the pipe dream. And he is through. Alright, into the separating, nope, not the separating corners, sorry, the swap planet bridge. I don't know why I said separating corners. He is through, getting the transfer. He's going to go straight for it. No stopping for Pedro, and he is through the swap planet bridge. Now into the mad cliffhanger. Come on, Pedro. He's beaten this twice before. And goes for the transfer, and he gets it. It's such a big jump. It's so impressive whenever people manage to pull that off, especially with such little momentum. As Pedro is making his way on through. Nicely done. Now just has to dismount, and he's into the separating corners. Alrighty. Pedro lining it up. Going for it. Pedro, he slips out on the separating corners! What? Pedro! He's done so well on the stage before, but just didn't get a good jump on the separating corners, got a bad save, jumped too early, and Pedro, Petrillo Fam, out on the separating corners. That is unbelievable. He goes out on a simple corner jump, but it is just like many other obstacles that we've seen people go out on, deceptively difficult, as those corners can be so tricky if you're not careful. And Petrillo goes out just on the, man, that is so unfortunate, as Petrillo Fam 4 is out on the 3rd stage on the separating corners. We have to hear from Petrillo after that. That is unbelievable. Wow.
I'm trying to hold it together as best as I can right now, but just... This was the course that I first started to really do well on, and it's just... Sometimes you fail after fail after fail so many times, it really starts to get to you. And sometimes, or I guess now I'm starting to think, if I ever am going to do it, if I ever am going to win. For the longest time, I've always imagined that, yes, I'm going to when I can, when I have the ability. But these last few tournaments, with progressively going less and less and less, and getting heartbreak after heartbreak, it's starting more to seem that I might not actually be able to do it after all. This would have been the tournament for me to achieve total victory. Had I beaten this 3rd stage, I believe that. But some things in life like this just aren't meant to be. Congratulations to Joey for beating stage 3, but man, that's tough.
In Tournament 5, we got our first ever look at the final stage of Ninjas of Halo. Atlantic Champ made it past stage 3, being the first to ever do so, and on his first ever try of the final, climbed the tower and became the first ever winner of the course, taking the throne as the first ever Grand Champion. In Tournament 7, we saw the stage be completely renewed, and while 2 people were able to make it this time, neither of them were successful as the stage was simply too much for them. However, now we've reached today. The stage has been modified once again to make for this new competitor to be taking it on. And can he be the second to ever take the throne and achieve Kanzen Seiha? It starts with a swap ladder, which has been made a tiny bit harder. Maneuver your way through 3 sets of heavenly-like pillars and do it very quickly. Then is the spider climb, which remains unchanged. Go up the 5 spider climb ledges and then transfer into the final obstacle, the final vine, which has been nerfed. You have to be very fast and make it all the way up and be the second ever Grand Champion. Joey Davis will take on this stage for the 4th ever time and will have 33 seconds to achieve Kanzen Seiha and become the second ever Grand Champion. He has the capability. Can he do it? We've seen 3 people take on the final stage before. Joey will be the 4th. He has the ability. Can Joey Davis join Chumpy as a Grand Champion of Ninjas of Halo? We are about to find out. He has 33 seconds. It all comes down to this. And here he goes. He's onto the swap ladder. Pedro and Mighty had struggles with this in Tournament 7, and it is harder. However, he's looking quite good on it. He has loads of time so far. He is doing very nicely. He's going into the spider climb. He skips the bar. That's a very good time save there. He got a little bump, but that is fine. He has 15 seconds for the final vine. This is very good. Joey has a chance here. He just has to move up the final vine, and that's what he's doing. He has 1 more turn to go. Can Joey do it? He has 5 seconds. Can he do it? He's jumped off! Joey is out just 2 jumps away! Joey Davis, that was so close! He was looking so good, he flew up the entire stage! That is unbelievable! He soared up the swap ladder, the obstacle that pretty much killed Pedro and Mighty from the start in Tournament 7, and aside from that tiny bump, looked perfect on the spider climb. And Joey Davis, I cannot believe it. He looked just fine. He had 1 more 360 left to go, but just hit the pole. I cannot believe it. Look, he was 1 jump, and then he would be a Grand Champion. He had enough time. And Joey Davis, so close but so far, is eliminated on the final stage.
Honestly, I'm surprised I got that far. I did hit the pole there at the end, and that's why I choked. Yeah, I had so much time left. It does suck, but at the same time, I'm happy to get this far. And there's so hopefully gonna be 1 more Halo 5 tournament. I can come back here, get back to the final, and achieve total victory.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, the 10th tournament of Ninjas of Halo is over. I cannot thank y'all enough for how amazing these 10 tournaments have been, and how hopefully amazing the next 10 will be. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see y'all in Tournament 11. Have a good night.